Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back to my channel. I am Diana and I have just a little kind of catch-up vlog. I had a few things that I wanted to update you guys on. So as you guys know, I have been searching for a position in the field for peer recovery. A peer recovery advocate, peer recovery specialist is what I'm certified. And I did go on my first interview. I was very nervous. I don't know if I put out a video. I make videos and sometimes don't put them out. It is what it is. First, let me say, if you can relate to having a background and having a past and making mistakes and not knowing how you're going to move forward, and anything of the sorts. Even if you can relate to mental health, addiction, in any capacity, if you have dealt with it yourself, if you have dealt with someone in your life, any of that, I highly suggest that you subscribe. And of course, please give this video a like, because I would like it to reach people, so it could hopefully help at least someone, even if it's one person. And if you give the engagement, comment below. If you have questions, I always tell you guys to leave an emoji towards the end of the video, usually because I'll need prayers or something, which I will. Just to have the engagement, because it's really important. I don't do this for money. If I make any money, it either takes a long time to make money from YouTube, because I am not a regular poster, content creator, and I don't have a large audience. In my description box, though, there is like a tip, and stuff for, if you like me, if you like my content, etc., etc. My blog is there as well. You can get a lot of information there. So I had went on an interview for a position for a peer recovery advocate, and it was very nice. It was not at all it wasn't nerve-wracking at all. It was not nerve-wracking at all. I was interviewed by two very nice girls. One who is sitting in, I think she shadows a lot because she is going for her master's, I believe, to become probably a psychologist, I didn't ask. But I was interviewed by the head peer recovery specialist. She did not know that I was licensed. As we got into the interview, I had mentioned something, and then I said, I have my peer recovery license. I said, I am, hoping that I can get a position where I can do my 2,000 supervised hours and then take my 5 elective courses and present that to the board so I can get my full standard certification. She's like, I didn't know you were certified. She goes, I've never really heard of anybody like doing all of that, getting certified, yes, but never heard of the 2,000 hour thing. And I was like, well, the gentleman that kind of took me through all of this, that's how he made it sound. But whatever, it is what it is. So I'm certified, and I can apply for jobs. I don't need to like wait for an internship or anything like that. If you've seen one of my videos, I had applied for an internship, and I do have an interview. I did do the Zoom call, but then I have like an interview where it's one-on-one, just me, speaking with this girl about the internship. Now that starts in the summer. It's 19 weeks. It's paid, but it's not paid hourly. It's part-time. It's like 17 hours a week, but to do it and work and the hours not even count, it's a good chance they might not count, might not really be the path that I'm supposed to be taking. So I need to get a little bit more information from her. She was new on the internship program. So that was a little bit of a bummer because the guy I was working with through this whole thing, he got bumped up into a better position, and then the girl that took over, she's certified only a month. I've been certified since like December, beginning of January. So I was like, what? Like, what's going on here? So at any rate, the interview went very well, very well. You fill out your 30 pages because, a lot of it is references. They want to know where you lived for your last 30 years, who you live with now, any professional, only professional references. And they want, phone numbers and locations, addresses, all of that. So with that, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. I have the window in front of me, and it's kind of gloomy. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe when I go out of frame it does that? Yeah. So at any rate, the girls, they were very nice. She did mention a second chance program. They have a second chance program. So if you go through like a crisis situation, like if you suffer from mental health and go through a crisis situation, or maybe a death in the family, or you just need time, whatever it may be, right? She goes, if it's 2 weeks, a month, they do like hold your position, but it doesn't, like, they're not going to do that constantly. You have like maybe once or twice spread out, and then they will fire you. So I didn't know that there was so much talking going on between the two of them, and then I was trying to fill out paperwork, and I don't remember her ever saying that I was going to be someone's replacement. So I'm going through this whole thing, and she says, okay, I'll be in touch with you Friday. Now, also, I want to bring up my record because that is in my life updates, legal life issues and stuff. I really went to do what I did at the courts all by myself with no paid lawyer because I want to do this type of work. And I can't do it with this, hanging over my head. So I luckily was, and I feel in a way I was blessed that the judge and the district attorney seen this girl, she deserves a second chance, and they sealed my record. And so I asked the interviewer, I have something on my record. I don't know if it will come up because 2 reasons. I don't know how a sealed record works, and I don't know how long it takes before it hits the system. Now, we're in like almost the end of April. She's like, when it's sealed, like, you don't put it down. But if you feel comfortable putting it down, there's a description, whatever. She goes, you can do what you want. It's at your discretion. I went ahead and put it down, which really was no problem. It didn't, I spoke to my boyfriend afterwards. He goes, what do you think we did what do you think you did all that work for? You did all that work for court so you don't have to put it down. That was the whole point of having it sealed. Only government officials can find it. That's it. Nobody else. But I just wasn't sure, and so I put it down. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm just saying that for anybody that's, maybe in this situation, do your research. I'm going to do my research and see, now that I have a sealed certain kind of record, no violent crime, no sex crime, none of that, do I need to keep saying yes but sealed and then show the sealed paperwork, or do I just not put it down at all because it's not going to come up? Maybe they're not doing an unsuppressed record, maybe they're doing just a suppressed record. I don't know. When you do an unsuppressed record, that opens up everything. That's what I was told to do by the courts, The courts told me, you're going to go to XY, you're going to pay this amount of money, and you're going to get an unsuppressed record. It's going to open everything you've ever done, ever, 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 ever. The job did not require, I think, a suppressed record, but at the time that I had done the first, job that prompted me to do all of this, I didn't have it sealed, so it came up. So anyway, just if that helps anybody, check and see how long it takes for it to hit the system, and if you need to put it down. I have to do the research myself. So anyway, she said, I'll get back to you Friday, finish the paperwork, hand it to the receptionist, yada yada. She goes, I will get back to you Friday, and I will, send it up to HR. So I get a call from her, and she tells me that so-and-so, who was there prior to me, is coming back. And unfortunately, the position is not available. They don't have enough room for 2 peer specialists at this time at their location. And I'm like, okay. She goes, I have another position, different location. I'm going to get with him, and then we're going to go from there. She goes, but just so you know, I hired you. So I guess she must have hired me on the spot, and then the HR or her higher up must have said, well, so-and-so is coming back, and due to our policy, we can't take the new hire. So I was really bummed about that. And I did say to her, I said, I was hired. She goes, you're hired, but I can't hire you here for this location. And I'm like, okay, I get it. It is what it is. It wasn't meant to be, it just wasn't meant to be. But I'm not gonna cry about it, dead stop in my tracks. Oh my God, I had other opportunities. I can't even keep up with the names and this and that. I just have to worry about the location. I don't have a brand new car with no miles on it. So I have to worry about the location on where I work, and some of them you have to go to residence, and there's a lot that goes into this, so it depends on the position that you take. Some you work in residencies where you have to go to their homes. Some you work in just the facility. Some you will actually go to psych wards. It's a lot. And, I need to make sure that I can put the wear and tear on my car, and is it worth it with the pay and all of that. So she said she will get back to me, and if I don't hear from her by X amount of time, then, because everything was done on a Friday. So this week I have phone calls to make. I also had spoke with a lady. She called me on her way home. She's like, listen, I'm in my car. So she got a little rundown from me. And I told her, I said, I'm looking for something close. I said, and I realized you guys are very far. She goes, well, I'm going to speak with my other colleague, and we're looking for something in a closer area to me. She says, so you'll probably be interviewing with my other colleague at that location. She said, now, you're certified? And even the girl at, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this, at the first place that I went to in person, she didn't know I was certified either. And I was like, I thought you had to be certified to get this job, So you do, but you can work in peer advocacy. You just are very limited, which means your pay is very limited. So having the certification is going to work, of course, in my favor. So she said, do me a favor. She goes, I don't know anything about the 2,000 hours you're talking about. She goes, you're certified. You have, I said, I'm staring right at it. I have a license number here. She goes, do me a favor. This is my cell phone. When we hang up, text me a picture of your certification. She goes, and it's the weekend, so, I'm off. She goes, and then next week we will figure something out, set something up, and set you up to meet with either this gentleman or the colleague, this girl that she works with, her other colleague. So I'm like, okay, one door closes, another door opens. It is what it is. And then, of course, I put in another application. I did put in another application for another position at the same organization that I went to for the interview. So in case they needed that application in their system, and this was something that the girl I interviewed with wanted to get me the position, then I would be that much more ahead. So I'm just glad I didn't do like the fingerprinting and getting my TB checked and doing all of that just to be told they can't take me on. Like, I would have been like, what? I just drove all over and did all this thinking, because it's like a 3 to 4 week process just to get started working. You have to have your fingerprints, then they have to come back, then they got to go to HR, then you have to have blood work done, make sure you don't have TB, some obviously drug tests, you have to have all that taken care of. There's like a whole lot of things that have to get, squared away. And the girl said that. I said, I know, it takes a good 3 to 4 weeks to really, to get in the door and start working. So, I'm not trying to kill any time. I just want to keep, like, back to back. So, that's the update on the career opportunities for my peer recovery specialist that I did work very hard to get. And if it's something that you think you can relate to in any capacity, I would suggest looking into it in your state. If it's something that, you're interested in, but you have to have some lived experience. You do have to have either some sort of disorder yourself, anxiety, addiction, or also have dealt with maybe family members that have some sort of mental health disorder or addiction disorder, or have lived through, or even you have lived through a traumatic event. You have to have some type of lived experience, because these people want to feel like they're talking to someone like themselves. They don't want someone coming in there closed minds, closed off, in a pantsuit, and they just don't, you're not going to open up to someone like that. You want to feel like you're talking to someone like yourself, and that they get you. Even the girl said, she goes, piercings, no problem, tattoos, no problem, colored hair, no problem, just as long as you have no flip-flops. I just thought it was great, so, that's my little update. So, I did have my birthday that passed. It's not my favorite birthday. I don't even want to discuss it. I thank God for keeping me here. He must have great things planned for me. And I'm just going to go there. Just stay there with that. And I'm supposed to have a review video coming up for you guys. I'm just waiting on the product. I don't know what's going on with that. But nonetheless, we'll see what comes first. Maybe another update, or maybe I will have a review for you guys. So please subscribe if any of this helped you, or will help you, can help you. Don't forget to like, and please leave a prayer emoji that things start to, fall in place for me, and that I can have the strength to help myself and help others. And that's it. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.